Okay, so welcome to a new podcast. So week 3 since we started them during lockdown. So hopefully they're giving people a little bit of an insight into the RAFFA vets, just a bit about what we try and do and achieve, and also a little bit about the personalities that make up what's turning into a large extended family that we've become. So today, 2 new guests joining me. One of the hardest working members of the backroom staff, one of the physios, John P.D. Morris, and also one of the hardest working players. I didn't write that. I don't know who's put that. One of the hardest working players, Mark Yorkie Bryan. Gents, how are we doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Yorkie, you okay?
Very well, pal. Hope you and PD and the families are keeping safe.
Yeah, that's the main thing at the moment, isn't it? You know, kind of going stir crazy, but we'll get there in the end.
All good, thanks, mate. Yeah, same to you, and obviously to all your families as well.
Is that a like delay into North Wales? Is there?
Just a little bit, perhaps.
Okay. Just checking that is 5 o'clock for both of you as well.
No, we're in Wales, so it's 4:30 here.
So you're in North Wales, so it's 1974. Is that what we're trying to say?
Yeah, something like that.
You can see that Darren by his haircut and t-shirt.
Oh, hello.
I'm in no position to start digging people out for haircuts, mate.
Yeah, and he forgets when we get back to this, he's got to lie on my bed again.
I haven't.
No. You were always a pleasure, mate.
Thank you, mate. Right, boys. So let's kick it off. Yorkie, start with you, my friend. So apart from taking a selfie outside every single pub in Stamford, what have you been up to while we've been locked down, mate?
Well, I'm still at work, pal. I'm back in tomorrow. Yeah, because I work in education, don't I? So I'm 1 week in, 2 weeks off, but I go in every Monday as well. Okay. It's my weekend. It's my weekend tomorrow, so I'm back in school for the week.
Is that with the key workers kids still, is it?
Well, to be honest, we haven't got many kids, but it's more about me ringing students, ringing parents, just checking on the emotional well-being, seeing how they're doing, seeing if I can give some advice, support in a pastoral role that I oversee.
That must be hard for you, because like the teachers love an extended holiday, so you not having, kind of any more, that must be tough.
Well, I keep telling you boys, I'm not a teacher, I'm pastoral. I'm giving on all my 25 years military experience. I tell you, kids don't listen to job.
So are you getting any whispers about when it's kind of any return to normality?
I've just been watching now and everything. At the end of the day, Paul, it's like every business they open up. It's how do you open up a school of 1,200 and 200 staff and have social distancing? So it'll be a phased return. I can't see anything happening before this half term. So I would think maybe June time they'll start looking at it. But is that primary schools? Is it our school, the senior school? Is it year 10s and 12s, GCSEs? There's all sorts of options in the bag, so we'll just wait and see what they say.
I think that's it, mate, isn't it? Kind of, everyone's guessing, aren't we? There's no right or wrong way of doing this at the moment. It is kind of ironing our shirt while we're wearing it, isn't it?
Well, I just listen to the actual stats and the briefing, and then I switch it off when it comes to question times, because everybody's a professional. You know what I mean? Everybody's got some question or some slagging off. Just leave the stats to it, and let's just do it under the government guidelines. That's the only way we can.
That's it. So thank you, mate. Right, moving on to you, PD. First off, why I don't know this. Why PD? What's that about? It better be interesting. Why now I've asked you.
It's quite funny actually, because
set it up.
No. When we last met at the army game, bear in mind I've known the gaffer probably 20 plus years, because we were together at an amateur club in Wrexham, and the amateur club I was at was a club called Lex, which is Latin for law. And Matt was there at the time when I was there, and that club gave me the nickname. PD was written on the bottom of the medical bag that I had, and it said pitch doctor. So that's where PD comes from. Matty Beattie, though, thought PD was my middle name's initials, even though he was at the club at the time I was given the nickname. So PD is pitch doctor.
And what a great name. What a great name. It's very apt.
And 20 odd years, and I've still got it. It's stuck.
So Lex, you'll know Chris Roberts as well then, will you?
Yes.
We keep on pushing Chris to come and get involved, but with no joy at the moment. Good lad.
Lex, in fairness, over the years, I've had a lot of good players, a lot of, sort of in the 80s, a lot of ex-Wrexham players who come out of pro football. That's where they went, because that was their training ground.
So what have you been up to, mate?
Well, 1st of April, I got furloughed. So
okay.
My day job, obviously, we deliver kitchens into London, probably 98% of our kitchens. So obviously that's sort of stopped. So work furloughed me, and obviously my injury clinic, I had to shut that as well, because you can't really keep 2 meters to do a physio treatment set. So it's been a bit of gardening. Took on the skip's advice from last week and watched a bit of Netflix and Afterlife, and I've even redone Ashes to Ashes. So
nice. I started Afterlife 2 last night, and I think I had a reoccurrence of my hay fever. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I don't suffer hay fever, but I did when I watched it as well.
Yeah, it's good. It is good though.
It's very, very well written.
How's Jack?
Jacko's good. He's upstairs at the minute on the PlayStation. I don't see much of him. That's where he tends to stay. But yeah, looking forward to getting back to football and stuff, as we're both fed up of not having it. I think the wife would probably be glad to get the pair of us back out the door.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Right, so let's talk a bit about football then. This should be interesting. Take a seat, PD. Make yourself comfortable. Yorkie. Come on then, mate. Fill this in. Oh, dear.
Oh, God, here we go.
Just getting a bit cold, that's all, boys. Just warming up. Kitchen's gone a bit cold. Right, what were you asking me?
Well, I lost my track of thought. In fact, Yorkie, that's the only bit of RAF kit that you've worn that you don't make it look like a bag of shite. You're looking good there with that on.
I'll take it off. I'll take it off then.
Got a bit of a dab on now.
You know, mate.
Come on then, fill us in.
Here we go.
Have you got one of these?
I'm not gonna compete with that, am I? Looks good with the shorts as well, PD. That's a good compliment.
No.
Branded shorts.
Yorkie, run us through it, mate.
Right. Well, first, PD, say hi to Jack for me.
I will do, mate.
And I do like the social distancing for physios. If we can keep that when the season starts, so you and those idiots stay 2 meters away from me. Right, pal. Joined in 1980. I was at Cosford, Comms, same time as Martin Bernal. Do you remember him?
Big ear.
Yeah. And I went to St Morgan, straight out of training. And where did he go?
St Morgan.
St Morgan. And did you ever come across a guy called Sean Pennell?
Yeah.
Scouse lad.
Yeah.
He was, in one of your questions, he went straight there as well. I think he was a copper. What a football player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in one of your questions, he's probably the best player, even though it was only 2 or 3 years as a young lad. We're both same age. And I don't know where he went to.
You just jump ahead and answer some questions from later if you want.
You said we can go off piste, or now what you're saying is you can only work to a script. Jesus, make your mind up. Your brief at the beginning is let's go anywhere we want. And now, looking at your notes, you're going, what do I ask in question 5?
I've got an hour, all right?
And trust me and PD can fill an hour.
Once he starts talking about his pub crawl, we're done.
We don't need to get onto that, pal. So, yeah, St Morgan, down there with Pinelli, some good players, young Scrope, Sean Pennell, good team down there. Then over to Germany, to Gütersloh, where I met the infamous Mr. Sheehan, James. Now that is the scruffiest man in and out of uniform, isn't it? Oh my God. Right. Can I tell you a true story about him? And there's no swear words when we're playing at Gutterslow once. And I'm sure he was playing on the right wing. We're playing naturally against a German team, running down the wing, and this brolly come out and took him out neck height. Ask him when you had him on one of these. Ask him. But tiny player. They had a good team. We had a good team at Gutterslow. Then Stevie Ellis was the manager, and then I got posted to Rhine-Darwen halfway through. Then back to Petreve. Didn't do a lot there. Played for the Navy over at Rosyth for a bit, and then went up to Kinloss and met Swerve, Johnny Irving.
Yeah.
And some good players up there then, and played up there. And then I went out to Belgium, Shape, played out there with Starkey. Have you met Starkey, Dave Starkey?
I remember Dave Starkey. I'm not sure whether it was like Colts or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
He's a good. I think he's about 6-7 years younger than me. But in fact, yeah, I think he's just turned 50. But
that would fit in.
He's coming. He's just gone onto that thing with Gillian, getting involved in the over 50s. So you'll meet him through that.
Fantastic.
So yeah, so I went out there. Then I can't remember where did I go from Shea. Oh, I went to TCW at Bryce. So I played on and off with the infamous Scotty Taylor. Few and far between though, because I was on the wing, so I was forever on deck. But I remember playing the odd game with him. He was up front still then.
He was running like the wind.
And another good player that you're talking about, just while I forget, Chris Maguire. Do you remember Mad Dog Maguire?
Mad Dog, yeah.
He was a 17-year-old at Kinloss when I was up there, and he was a player then. Jesus.
It would have been him and Sammy, wouldn't it? Him and Sammy Leon.
Yeah, I don't think Sammy was at Kinloss at that time. Had he gone over to, or was it? Oh, did he do his aircrew training or something?
Yeah, he was at St Morgan. So, and then then went up there, and him and Chris played at Elgin, and were kind of. That
was it. Yeah. The Air Lord Master was the manager at Elgin, wasn't he? One of the guys there.
So, any rep football, mate, during your career?
Yeah, a little bit. I tell you, I went down from Kinloss. I went down to. Do you remember the groups when they used to have the old warm groups?
Yes.
And I played. I don't know if Gilly will remember this, but I played 2 games as centre midfield, and then the third game, for whatever reason, we'd had injuries or 3 games in 3 days, whatever it was. I ended up at sweeper, Lynham, and Gilly was playing up front. Dirty, came straight through me, ligaments, out of football for 6 months. Did me.
Luckily, you're not bitter and you've let it go now, haven't you?
Oh, hey, listen, disgusting tackle. I can't respect the guy. I can't look him in the eye. You know what I mean?
Whoa! Don't forget he's the over 50s gaffer. Calm it now.
He's the gaffer. See, Steve Finder's been personally ringing me and telling me he runs the show.
There's a power struggle there already, obviously.
No power struggle. Finders has been ringing me on the slide saying, listen, Yorkie, whatever Beattie and Gilly are telling you and McCulloch and Selks got nothing to do with it. He's the main man behind the scenes. So, you know, you say it as it is.
So you spoke about Sean Pennell. Is that kind of the best player that you come across?
Him and Chris Maguire. Yeah.
Chris
by far.
A lunatic. I love Chris. Kind of.
Yeah. He was a good player, and I think he worked in in-flight catering or something, so he was always good to know because he wasn't slow in dropping his stuff off. I worked in the sim squadron with the aircrew then, so it was always good to get bags of food and cakes from him.
Well, you've answered my other question. Who's kicked you the most? And obviously that one sticks in your mind. Craig Gill's gone through you.
Oh, shocking. The man's an animal.
Oh, terrible.
Rudy was at them trials. Yeah, it always made me laugh because she had 4, what was it, 1 group, South, North, 11 group and 18 group, weren't it, if I remember?
Yeah, 18 group. I was an 18 group St Morgan.
Yeah, that was it, yeah. And I always remember when they used to read the RAF squad out and you're in the groups, but about 80% of them weren't at the trials, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're one of them. I think Bob Green was another, wasn't he?
Oh, shocking. I never agreed with it, Yorkie. Never agreed.
I can understand.
So what about you, PD? Were you a player back in the day, or were you always hands-on?
I'll be honest. I was more hockey when I was younger. Not really a footballer. That's why I'm a physio, as the gentleman below will vouch for me in Wrexham last summer. Football as a player isn't really me. I'm better as a physio or a therapist, as my illustrious friend Gus would say. By the way, I just want to put a bit of a quick well done to Gus for the work he's been doing the last few weeks on the ambulances again, and also to all the other people who have been working in these difficult times. So Gus, well done, mate. Much appreciated. But yeah, for me, so my dad was a bucket man, as they used to be. My granddad on my mum's side was also a bucket man. So for me, it was sort of the natural thing that I went into. With my job, where I worked at the time, was a first aider, and there was a Sunday amateur club involved at the place where I worked. So it was, would you consider coming and just doing the bucket for us? And then I moved into a bit more with Saturday football. Went to Lex. While I was at Lex, we used to go and watch the academies at Wrexham play at Lex. So when I did a course with Wrexham Football Club, and it sort of went from there, it snowballed. I got into Welsh Premier football, as obviously you know yourself, Robo, and then luckily did well at Wrexham and got 6.5 years working there as well. So I've been quite lucky with my football sort of career as a therapist. My highlight for me has got to be 2018, when the club I was with at the time, Kevin Druids, qualified for the Europa League. So I got to have the Europa League qualifier game, which was fantastic.
Can you pronounce the name of the place that you went?
Lithuania, and we played FK Trakai.
That sounds like a Welsh name, Trakai.
Trakai, yeah. Actually, they're not called that now. I'm not sure what they're called now because they changed their name. But fantastic, unreal. What a place! I want to go back and have another look.
And when was that? In June, like June the 1st, after the season finished in May, last week in May.
I dropped lucky because we were away on holiday for the first leg, and I was gutted, and because I thought it's going to happen, innit? First leg going to be away from home. I'm away on holiday. I'll miss the away fixture, but luckily it was the other way around. So the physio at TNS, who's a mate of mine, did the deed for me on our home fixture, and then I got to go with Jack to Lithuania the week after we got back off holiday. So yeah, it was great.
Brilliant. So how did you both become involved with the vets? PD?
So for me, it was Matty. Like I say, obviously me and Matt had known each other for 20 odd years, and my first game was at Liverpool, and it was, I think there was like 5 or 6 sort of RAFFA lads. We were a bit thin on the ground for numbers, and one of my close friends, Carl Connolly, who you'll get to meet in October, hopefully, if the fixtures come back on, who's an ex-Wrexham player, came and played. And that's sort of where it was for me. And it was like off and on, I could do it now and again. And then as sort of time progressed, I got a bit more involved. Matty said, look, introduced me to Gus, and Gus said, look, it'd be great for you to come and help. So I sort of carried on. But obviously, as you know, and for me, I've never been in the RAF, so it was always a bit weird for me at first coming to do the games, because you guys would have your conversations about RAF, and I didn't have a clue what you were talking about.
Don't worry, mate. I did just over 12 years, and I don't think I was in the RAF either. I didn't really have much.
So for me, it's a bit more of a. I suppose it's a bit different for me. It's a bit more of an honour and a privilege to sort of be involved with you guys and be part of the growing family that I really enjoy.
Quality. Yorks, how did you get involved, mate?
I think it was pure chance. I don't know how the fixture came about, but that England team I play for, I know there's some question marks over that, but I've been playing with them for about, since 1999 when I came to Cottesmore. So I've been playing vets football for just over 20 years now. And I don't know how, but we ended up playing the RAFFA vets. I don't know how it got set up, Mickey told them, but we ended up playing there, me, Bob Green, and then we saw Geordie Selkel, Matty and all you. And it came from there. And then Matty just dropped me a message and said, we're always looking for people if you're interested. I honestly didn't know anything about it. I'd not heard of it, not seen it, because as daft as this sounds, once I left the RAF, apart from meeting up with guys like Gary Meadow and Bob Green who live around this area, I don't have a lot to do. I'm not one of these that gets the RAF news or goes on websites or takes too much interest. You know what I mean? So I didn't know about these things, so it was just pure chance. And then come from, I think that was about 4 years ago, I think, something like that.
So Peter, you kind of touched on it just now, bud. So as you said, you never had anything to do with service, never served. I know you had a really proud moment as a civvy in the last game that we had versus the
Army. Would we be referring to this one? If I put it there, it looks like it's on your head, Yorkie. Would you mean this? Yes.
Just elaborate for me, mate. I don't know.
That cap, I'll be honest, it was quite a privilege. I think I'm right in saying I am the only person that's never served to get it, which is even more of a privilege for me to do the games. I'm gutted that we haven't got to play the Navy game as well, but yeah, it was a bit surreal, but it was also nice that Jack was with me as well. And then going up to receive my cap and being asked, "Oh, this could be a bit awkward. Do you actually know how to salute?" But
it did get mentioned in last week's podcast.
Yeah.
Your face.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's there, so I've done it. Proud of it. Happy.
Fantastic, mate.
The only problem is I can't get a frame for it yet because we're locked.
There you go.
PD, I don't know if you noticed, but the way the screens are set up, I'm actually above you on my iPad. So when you're sticking that on my head,
no, mate, you're below me.
Well, you're only about 4'2" in your high heels.
You're in the position that you were always in when me and you were together, below. Normally whinging.
Do you want to get a room?
Only if he brings his hat.
Oh. Yorkie, so as well as playing, being a big part of all the playing side, some may not know that you also do a bit of backroom stuff as well. So you are the webmaster. Tell us a little bit about kind of what you're involved with there.
Yeah, just Matty asked me if I knew. I can't really take a lot of credit. A young lad I work with is on our health and safety, a young lad called RAFFA, who I think some of you guys met when we hosted him and his brother at St. George's as a thank you. He did it all, really. It was just about costing it and everything. So he built it all and everything. All I do now is sort of manage it and oversee it. And I'm always up like you are on Twitter. I'm always up if guys give suggestions, put things on there. I'm happy to put quizzes, do anything, especially at this time when we're a little bit quiet. Normally every month we've got pictures and Jimmy's write-ups and other things to keep ticking over, updated news or, you know, who's been doing what. But if people want to use this and send anything that they want putting on the web, you know, if they want me to put a quiz on there or anything, I'm happy in this quiet time to you know, circulating it, because there's a lot of avenue for scope for that on there. Like you, on your Twitter, whenever you've got anything, you always say to me, "Yo, could you just throw that link on the website or whatever?"
You know, obviously we're not the age group to be super savvy on using all this stuff, so we're kind of finding our way as well, aren't we?
Yeah, very much so. And like I said, but it is an easy system, so it's easy to put out there. You know, even if people want me to do the one that I dreamed up a while ago, you know, the old player profile where you ask them questions similar to you do, but do it in a format. I did it in the very early days, then it stopped.
Yeah, that's, you know, and ideas like let's resurrect some stuff. Brilliant. But I like your little segue into a little quiz because I've got a little quiz for you.
Go on then.
So you sat comfortably?
Oh, very. Go on.
So this isn't just thrown together. This is proper research now, okay? So you are the man famous on Facebook for the tour of Stamford with a selfie outside every pub, looking like a bag of shite normally. So I've got a quiz for you about Stamford pubs, okay?
Right.
Okay. So question number 1. How many pubs are in Stamford?
Currently, just pubs.
Pubs are, well, I've got my sources, okay? So whether they're right or wrong, I'm not really bothered. How many pubs in Stamford?
Right. If you say just in Stamford, if we're looking at just pubs, you've got 12.
So according to beerintheevening.com, there are 26 pubs in Stamford.
Not just pubs, there'll be eating halls as well.
Of that 26, how many of them is Bob Green Bob from?
27.
According to the same website, beerintheevening.com, what's the top rated pub in Stamford?
Are we on about the most visited, i.e. Spoons for its cheapness, or are we on about the one that gets the most sort of accolades?
It's just the top rated pub.
All right, I'll go for the Crown.
It's the Hurdler.
That's my pub.
Top rated pub.
What, the Hurdler?
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus.
So
Well,
you'll
there'll be a
know
few people disagree with that.
from my research, you'll definitely know this one because I think you were there for the opening night. What's the oldest pub in Stamford?
You broke up a bit there. You sounded a bit of an idiot. I don't know what you said something about. Might be there.
Was I going through a tunnel?
Yeah, you sounded a bit like PD or Norman Collier, one or the other.
The oldest pub in Stamford.
The George.
No, the Toby Norris.
Yeah, the Toby, okay, yeah.
1650.
Yeah, I wasn't at the opening, but I know Bob Green was, but I wasn't there, but he told me about it.
I think 1650 is the cost of a round that you didn't buy last time you was in there as well.
You're not, hey, and that's just for 2 beers, you're not far wrong.
So, how many of those pubs, how many of the 26 pubs have you been asked never to return to after they saw you outside their pub looking like Stig of the Dump?
Out of those 26, there's 24 now that private message me and want me to be their face for the future.
Well, to keep kids away.
Yeah, keep them away from the fire, use it for whatever you want.
Brilliant. Right, PD. There's a Q&A time with the physio. You can join in here as well, Yorkie. Not that I would ever stop you. I have a chance of stopping you chiming in when you've got something to say. It's the physio bench Q&A time, okay?
Okay.
Right, so you can be dead honest. We're all friends here. No need to...
Well, you and me, maybe. I'm not sure about the other one.
So, right, the people, obviously, you are a hard work man. Gus, Big Jed when he comes, Jacko, everybody, because we need a little bit of looking after.
Don't forget Anthony.
Hilly as well, Anthony
Oh,
Hill.
yeah, Anthony Hill as well. Sorry, Ad. So, of all the people that have come through your physio bench, who's the thoroughbred racehorse? Who's the one that's kind of a physical specimen still to be proud of?
Thanks, PD.
Yeah, right. We had one of them on last week.
Yeah, you better say Macca.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say which one of them 3 it is.
It's not going to be Custard Guts Rooney, is it?
Well, it might have been the Skips, but no, it wasn't. Yeah. It's got to be Seds, isn't it? When he can trouble his ass to, come like. But
we have been confused, me and Sed, when we've been stood together, that people keep saying, are we twins? And I've had to keep putting my glasses on.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. Yeah,
Not-
I can honestly see that now.
Thank you.
You notice that he's not. You don't see them both on the same podcast together. There's something going on.
Never see them together, do you? You never see
Thank
them
you.
together.
Thank you.
Perhaps we'll have to do a Housewives' favourite issue one day.
So what was it like working with Gary Neville then?
Fantastic. Right morning, Git.
So number 2, PD, who's like
Yeah.
maintenance, never on the physio bench, just needs like give them a plaster and away they go. Who's low maintenance for you?
What, in the RAF? Do you know when you sent me the prep, you didn't mention that bit.
I've
Low
got answers.
maintenance. Who's low maintenance? I suppose you were always low maintenance, really, because you were just skiving the wall.
Seriously? Seriously?
You didn't hear what I said then, did you? I said he was just skiving the wall.
I can mute your mic from here, Yorkie, you know.
You always just needed a bit of a run, didn't you, mate, just to sort of get you going?
Got a lot of time for you, PD. Got a lot of time for you.
Cheers, mate.
Who was the biggest time waster? Always on your bench. Just wasting time.
That's easy, that one, isn't it? I think that's why you brought us on together.
What about Marco? Jesus, he's like Robocop.
Yeah, but Marco normally tends to go on Gus's bed, not mine, so it's all right.
Oh,
So really, it's got to be you, mate, isn't it? And the daft thing is, you just slate us all week before the games, so
yeah,
it really helps to get the aggression out of my system. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'd stop doing it if I were you, Robbo. I'd stop slating them and slagging them off, and they won't be so bad with you. Yeah, I've been trying to tell you, PD.
Staff.
Hey, just going back to Marco. Marco comes on a Friday night, like one of his legs has fallen off, gets on the bench on Saturday, Gus puts some sellotape on the back of one of his casts, and then he goes out and plays 180 minutes over the weekend, bright as rain.
Oh, he has to wear his socks as well.
Yeah. Super.
His pink socks.
There's some...
It takes a lot of time, though, doesn't it? It takes a lot of time, and you fantastic guys, you know, when there's people like me just turned 35 that need tuning, you know, and you've got Marco on there that could do more time maybe losing a few pounds. You know, wouldn't be that physical.
Well, while you're mentioning just turning 35, can I just make a point of saying many happy returns for next Wednesday?
Thank you, young man.
As I believe it's your birthday next week.
It is. Correct.
Happy birthday for Wednesday, mate.
Thank you, pal.
Happy birthday, Yorkie. I never knew. We're fine.
Well.
You're giving the game away now, aren't you? Point of sending you a card now, because we've already done it.
Well, I'm glad you did your research on your 2 guests, you know what I mean? You can research 26 pubs and who goes in them and who doesn't. You don't even know when we were born.
Anyway,
You don't even know that PD's name isn't his middle name.
Anyway, moving on. So, phantom injury, man. Who comes to you with phantom injuries?
Phantom injuries?
Yeah, I just got a little bit of a poll there, PD. Can you just have a look at that?
Well, while I was with England last week, I did a little twinge of the bacon string. While I was with England last week before maybe, I twinged the bottom of my back. Who this England thing is, I don't know, but I'll let you work out from them comments who I'm talking about.
Bob Green. I've got it.
Shocking.
I can't remember the last time Bob Green was at a game for treatment.
Who's who breaks your fingers? Who gives you the arthritis? Who's got legs of steel when you give them a rub?
Ooh, legs of steel.
Legs of steel.
Legs of
Now's the
concrete.
time.
Legs of concrete in our group, isn't it?
You're
I don't know. Yeah, that's no, I'm not giving it in. No chance. That'll be the skips. That's got to be the skips.
yes. And what about pipe cleaner legs? Who's got like 2 bits of string hanging down from their shorts? Who's got little pipe cleaners?
Oh, that's Finders. That's got to be Finders, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Why does he need a rub down? I put bald eggs on that are on the pitch longer than him.
If he didn't have the rub down, imagine how long he'd be on the pitch then.
Who gets on your bench and you think, don't even, well, this might be the same person actually. Who needs putting down? Bit of euthanasia, just needs a lethal injection, get off my bench.
Now there is a few of them. And they're probably both in this conversation with me. Mind you, saying that, I'm opening myself up for you, but the gaffer's attempted a kit a couple of times in the last few meets, and me knowing his medical history, there could be one there.
Yeah, true. I won't. Hey, I'll edit that out. I'll edit out so the gaffer doesn't hear that.
Oh, leave it in. It's all right. It's all right. I've got it now. Leave it in. I've got one.
Go on now. Off your top.
Finders, you do know that Finders is calling me tonight, you two, and I'm going to be telling him everything you've said.
Fine.
And he tells me about how he's running the over 50s. Just keep getting that in.
Well, it brings me on nicely, Yorkie. So, what are you looking forward to when we get back going again? Because obviously the over 50s, hopefully there's a little bit of a step forward with that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if PD's mentioned it, but I might have a game coming up for the England team. And then me and Rudy, as Rudy tells you, there's this team we play down near Huntingdon, Cambridge, where we get a game, about 20, 25 games a year with them, and they're only friendlies in an over 40s league. So we've got them, they've been on saying that they're looking for games, and then there's us boys here, and so sooner we get ours back up and running, the better. You know what I mean? But like everything, but if we were to be able to start in September, and one of them's an over 50s, I mean, I saw the post Gilly's got, I think last time I looked, there was over 220 responses or comments or something, which bodes well from what we had last time, but we've been there before, haven't we? 220 responses and 7 turn up.
Yeah, you
go on. I bet I can guess one of the responses that was in there, and I can guarantee he won't turn up.
Go on then.
Go on.
Dales.
Lord Lucan?
Yeah, more chance of getting Lord Lucan.
Dalesy messaged me the other day, said he's all over it this year. He's all over it.
Yeah, he messaged me as well with a picture of Shergar and Lord Lucan next to him and said, guess where I am?
Sorry, Dalesy, mate, but it's true.
Just looking forward to it, pal. Trying to stay fit, and the best thing about the football we do with the RAF vets is the competitiveness. You know, there's no worse than just going out and paying lip service. So it's great that every game Matt sets up 9 times, well, more or less 9 times out of 10 is, you know, you're going to be in a game and it's going to be competitive, which is for everybody at our age, you know, playing or being involved in the back room or whatever. It's great to have that, and it's not just going out and tossing it off.
I think that's the important thing. Obviously, Gilly, Gilly's looking at progressing with the over 50s, this year, but it's taking baby steps to make sure that isn't just glorified walking football, because there is going to be some competition there. When me and Matt speak and the guys speak, we always use like the Wales vets as a bit of a benchmark. You think how they progress right the way through from over 35s, 40s, 50s, 60s. It's a great setup to try and model yourself on. And we're kind of in our infancy, moving towards that. But that doesn't stop. It doesn't stop us trying to aspire to kind of follow in their footsteps. So.
Well, you look at them, Robbo, and you look at when we went down to that one end of last year, when we went down with the over 50s, the Welsh, the Irish, and even the English boys, the other England team, PD, there's another, even the English boys, you know what I mean? Although we got a draw with them on the last day, the Welsh and the Irish, and I've been playing against them for quite a few years, and like Matt has said many times, it's the benchmark of the Welsh, but the Irish have got a decent setup as well over there. But, we were streets behind them in that competition just because of one thing only, the size of the squads,
We think how many people we need just to do the over 35. So, put another 15 years on the lads, and you pretty much need 22, don't you?
Yeah, easy. And when you look at some of them, I mean, you've got Geordie, Selkel, Finders, and Dalesy all in the late 60s. So you know what I mean. You've got those three just getting out to retire. So you've got them, and then you've got me, as PD's just said, just becoming eligible next week as just turning 50. So just to help Finders. You know what I mean. He's only played one game, the Wrexham one. It was shocking, wasn't he, PD?
Not getting involved because I'm in no position to comment about that one.
And Jimmy Sheen was manager of the year. The cat, he got changed for a keeper.
Did 30 seconds of the warm up and then went no. Done.
Yeah, he looked like someone I stepped to and some.
What, the horse?
The horse had better legs.
I've got to get Jimmy on here, don't forget. So I need to sort out a translator.
Oh, Jesus. And I tell you what, he'll need a tea towel to wipe his screen, won't he? Time he stopped spitting at it.
You have to warn us when that one's on so we can press the red button on the Sky remote for the translations.
Subtitles.
PD, you looking forward to getting back to doing something?
Oh, I can't wait, mate. If I'm honest, I'm really, really missing my football. I miss being with you lads. Obviously, we should have been this weekend. Should have been at Woburn Bassett. Great. Yeah. On the plus side, that means we haven't had to hear Matty Beattie on karaoke again. But I'm just looking forward to seeing all the lads. I miss it, and I miss my other football as well. Obviously, my Wrexham Legends stuff that we've sort of started a bit more seriously this year, and then my Brickfield, my amateur club that I work with as well. So I am missing football, really missing football.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It will be good to get back. Kind of, not to end on a serious note, but it's hard to see how we're going to come back anytime soon, isn't it?
I can't see it happening. I know of one of the lads from Wrexham's works at is a scout, and he was telling us one of the venues that they're looking at is perhaps St George's Park, and using that as a behind closed door, get them all there and play games up north from there. But until they can guarantee it's safe for the players, I can't see it happening.
No, man. It's kind of...
Speaking of that, Rob, still talking about football and when we get back. So you've retired from the, shall we say, the younger element. But did I see your name down there that you're putting your name forward for the over 50s?
Underage player, you're
allowed one, aren't you?
I'll be
underage? What?
Yeah,
no, it's 50. You're all right.
Struggling. 49 this year, kid.
Are you not allowed to play if your birthday's in that year or something?
Yeah, it'd be something like that. No, just I hurt my back, and it worried me a bit this year. And just away from football, I kind of enjoy my golf a lot. So it put that in jeopardy a bit. So I kind of wasn't really wanting to do that. And kind of you get a feel for when your standards are dropping, and you think you're a bit of a liability. So
I don't know. Jesus, I should have got told that about 30 years ago. Your standards are dropping. What you should do, pal, if you're going to carry on playing, is there's 3 or 4 sort of amateurish physios at this RAFFA setup. You can get on the table every time, and they give you a little bit of a prod in the back, pretend they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Then what I do is I pay monthly to see a professional.
Hang on, mate. It was this amateur that you mentioned that had to bring him off the pitch.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good that week.
He sneezed and his back fell off.
Yeah, pretty much. It nearly got worse. Jimmy Donnelly offered to help me put my undies on.
Was that before or after he'd had a shower?
Yeah, I don't know. Easy now. It's steady now. So, on that note, let's try and wrap it up a little bit. So we've had a survey that we stuck out to everybody. Yorkie, you done yours?
Done it, done mine, pal.
Done yours nice and early. PD, did you do yours nice and early?
Done it.
Sorry, did you do yours nice and early?
No, you know I didn't do it nice and early. I did it yesterday.
Give a game away, yes, Yorkie.
After 6 attempts, Yorkie, I did it yesterday. Removed the comment from the stars, and we were all right.
So what you're saying is, once you knew you were coming on this at 5 o'clock today, you did that yesterday. Is that what you're trying to tell the boys?
Nah.
Yeah, really missing it. Really missing it.
Not being funny, as I mentioned once already, I've never been in the RAF. I've done mine.
You've got an haircut for RAF.
Can't get a cut, can I? I'm not brave like last week's entitlement, getting a haircut myself. But
I'm going for a trim in a minute. My daughter's doing mine. There's not a lot of grass on that pitch. That doesn't take so much doing.
Which one's she doing?
Oh, thanks. But seriously, the surveys, you know, they are important. You know, kind of. It's not just obviously the committee. It's not their club that they're running. You know, it's everybody's club. You know, that they're running for the members. So it's important to get their feedback, so we can see, you know, the job that we're doing is like moving in the right direction, and see if there's things that, you know, that we can change to get more people involved, you know, and kind of other things need to explore. So those surveys, you know, as much as they may be a pain in the backside to do, but it's 5 minutes of people's time just to kind of get their ideas and their kind of thoughts.
There's been some good feedback though, Rob. All looking at the initial thing that Matty's put out, there's been some good pointers brought up there that I'm sure him and the committee can take and have a look at tweaking and using one or two things.
Well, we all bring experience from other places, don't we? You know, just in this, you know, PD's got his other football, you've got your England stuff and the other things. You know, it's all England. You have to say with that. You know, everyone brings their own thoughts and ideas. You know, we've all got enough experience, so that's why those surveys are really important.
Yeah, very much so. So, whatever guys log on to Twitter and do this, come on, boys, support the lads out there. Yeah, support Matty and Gilly and all them. Get logged on, especially in today's climate. You must have 5-10 minutes spare just to fill it in and give some views and some thoughts on how to move the club forward and the family.
Brilliant. Right.
Definitely, totally agree.
Are you running tonight, or are you having a night off? I haven't had any pictures today.
I put pictures on this morning from yesterday though, pal, because after last night we had the family Barnsley quiz last night at 2 o'clock this morning. I was dancing in my kitchen with the missus because we won the quiz and I got all the family on Zoom. So
you win every week, don't you?
6 weeks, 4 wins, a second and a third.
It's easy when you're setting the questions, though.
My nephew does, but I ring him just before the due out and little sweetener, you know.
Fantastic, gents. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. Appreciate your time, you know, on a Sunday afternoon. Stay safe, keep your family safe, and really hope to see you pretty soon. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Robbo. Thanks, Robbo. Likewise to you, and Robbo, well done for what you're doing with these. These do bring a smile to his face. I love the last two with the Gaffer and Skips and Macron and Rooney last week. So keep them going. Get different people on there and different opinions and maybe different history and stories. So well done, Robbo. PD, say hi to Jack and keep your family safe, pal.
And you, same to you. And Robbo, I echo that, mate. Keep it up, mate. It's fantastic.
Cheers, boys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, boys. See you soon.